Hello and welcome. Today I have some great news for you guys. First of all, I'm going to become a professional World of Warships player. I am going to specialize in cruises, specifically the Tier 0 plus Pokeboat, because she has excellent guns and I think she is the strongest of ships in the game because she has 101 heal charges. You know, I'm talking about the ship that I'm currently sailing. It is clearly the best ship in the game. So I will be doing that one. Also, second of all, which is, you know, not a joke, I am testing out 60 FPS, but it's not running the greatest. It isn't as apparent on this match, or this map, but on the other ones, you could definitely see me dropping to like 7-8 FPS at times, and it just becomes unplayable, really. I mean, it's playable, but it's not a good experience. So I don't know. I will have to do some other testing with other things, but I'm not that hopeful for it. Anyways, this is the new April Fool's mode, which is supposed to be a joke because essentially you are toy boats in a giant bathtub. I think every nation has a ship for this, except the Royal Navy, I think, right now. And obviously the Polish don't have one as well. These ships have 20,000 HP. They all have one special ability with like 100 charges, like a 1-second smoke or like heals. And there's also hydrocaustic search and some other stuff like that. Anyways, you're in a giant bathtub with essentially this is the islands map, except the islands are just replaced with giant floating I don't know what you would call them, rubber ducks, except they're not exactly ducks, although there is one. So essentially this is a lot like Tier 1 ships. Yes, I know that all the things say that this is like 500mm caliber guns and stuff, but no, really these ships are a lot like Tier 1 ships. It's a pretty cool mode though. I really like the fact that there are torpedoes you can launch straight ahead, but you can only launch one, and it's a 90-knot torpedo. So if you get hit, it's, I mean, if it's on in your direction, then it's difficult to dodge. Guns are nice because nothing has like armor, so you penetrate everything at like every angle, almost anyway. And it's a nice short mode, great for April Fools, not one you would really want to play all that much. So essentially you just sail around. I like keeping my nose towards the enemy. Yes, I can't use my back gun, but I can use torpedoes, and these torpedoes have a really fast reload, and they go up to 8 kilometers, so I think it's really nice. Also, this bathtub is gigantic. I mean, it's like 10 kilometers across or something. I mean, think about that. I also actually like in this mode that the cap that, I mean, the game starts out with both sides having one base capped. But the thing is that it's not like the usual stuff, because the base that is kept for you is on the enemy's side of the map. Which means that it actually does force quite a lot of fights in the middle, which is rather interesting in my opinion. Although I guess it would force a lot more fights if capping actually mattered in this mode. It really doesn't, but I mean, people still like capping because really in this match capping doesn't win games. Anyways, I feel like we're winning pretty hard. Because of all the massive heals, essentially this ship has like double the HP compared to the other ones, but then again, you have like perpetual smoke on some of the other ships and like 8 kilometer permanent hydrocaustic search on something else. And so, I mean, they all have all their things, and these ships are massive actually in size if you compare it to other ships in your port. You can also use your normal commanders, which is nice. They don't really do all that much. The nice thing about this, you don't gain any experience or money. I guess you do. You gain like 50,000 credits, I think, per match. You need to deal like 10,000 damage or something, and you also gain some flags, which is actually pretty good. I guess for the average player it would make a pretty big deal. But I mean, for me the flags don't really matter. And I think that ship is dead as well. Excellent, game over. Because the matches are so short, I'll have another match of this. I actually got Red Knot. I mean, it makes sense considering you have so much heal. But then again, still, 2 torpedo hits, 53 shell hits. I think this was a pretty good game. Also, I wonder, is it called a Pokeboat or a Pokeboat or something like that? So yes, nobody gets any experience, but I did sink 4 ships, so I guess I did rather well. And I did deal like 36k damage or something. So it was an overall really good game. So next match. So in the second match I'm also in the Pokeboat, which is tier 0+. Oh yeah, by the way, you can't division in this mode, so don't expect to do all of that stuff. Which is a bit unfortunate because, you know, divisioning is nice. On the other hand, it means I don't have to play this mode all that much, which is also nice. Because I don't find it all that... I mean, it's fun once in a while, a few times, but like it's not something I would want to spam games in, because it's essentially a lot like low tier battles, which is you know, I mean, it's okay once in a while, but it just devolves into Zerg and Death Ball Fest, really. Although I guess most of the players you'll meet aren't very good, so it doesn't really matter anyway. Still though, you can't really do all kinds of interesting things like carriers and walls of torpedoes and all that stuff, so it ends up being not that interesting. Also, you should probably mostly fire AP with these guns, because they just penetrate and they deal a lot of damage anyway. A bit more than HE. But HE is more or less fine too. In this match I am trying to use mostly guns, less torpedoes. So I'm showing broadside on. I don't think these ships have citadels, at least I haven't seen anybody get citadeled, so it's not that big of a deal to show broadside. Not to mention your ship is tiny in length, so again, doesn't exactly matter. I do wonder though, who the hell has a bathtub that's like more or less square shape? That is, the length is about the same as the width. I mean, aren't most bathtubs like, you know, the length is longer than the width? Also, I wonder how deep this bathtub is. I mean, it's like 10 kilometers across. Is it like multiple kilometers deep? Haven't actually checked. I wonder. I guess if I unlock the camera, you could go underwater and see what's up. Haven't checked it. I do like that rubber duckies and stuff, they, you know, they still seem to be floating, even though they're like islands. Which is interesting. I guess they could do this with some icebergs as well. I think it would be interesting. Although, one thing that is unrealistic is the ball over there. If you've actually seen an inflatable ball in water, you know that it will never be like that, where it's like half underwater and the other half is over the water. That's not how it works. Not at all. Like, you have to be pressing on it for that to stay that way. Like the other stuff, the rubber ducky I can understand, but that ball definitely does not work that way. So this mode is rather unrealistic, so don't expect too much from it. I do wonder what the hell you're firing though. It seems some weird stuff. I find that the Pokeboat is actually the best one, mostly because you just have so much more HP than the other types, because you can heal over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. In fact, you should probably be pressing the T key all the time, which is a bit annoying. Also, somebody apparently doesn't like it when I say some of these phrases I use a lot, so sadly, or rather, I mean, unfortunately, I can't oblige with the changes you wish for me to make, because sadly, I enjoy saying sadly. And I mean, you know, sadly is still sadly. Anyways, it appears that we are winning this match. Well, not by a lot though, but a tiny bit at least. The important thing in these kinds of fights is the same as it is on Island, which is to overpower enemies that are in smaller groups. So you really just want to pick them off, and that will essentially give you an advantage in terms of numbers. Like being a hero and rushing the enemies doesn't work so nicely in this mode, as it doesn't work in Island either. Unless you're like a St. Louis, I guess. If you're like a St. Louis on Island, it doesn't matter what you do because you're like the strongest ship around. Except actually, I guess now there's the Russian cruiser as well, so maybe not anymore. I heard some good things about the Bogatyr. Oh yeah, by the way, did you guys hear? Wargaming confirmed that they're going to make World of War trains now. And some people are hoping that they will be making World of War cars soon. Which obviously would be the best one. Because who doesn't love cars? Come on now, come out of your goddamn smoke. I know you're there. I guess I should really be dropping torpedoes into it, over and over, and annoy the hell out of him. I mean, I can't really blame him for hiding inside smoke because my ship is way stronger in a one-on-one engagement. But, you know, I just want to win. Sorry. Come now, don't be shy. We are actually at a disadvantage in points, but I'm gonna sink this guy and then we'll have the points and chips lead, so we'll be fine. I fired a torpedo because, well, there's no reason not to. If that connects, he's dead immediately. Oh, never mind, that torpedo. Yeah. I just have to watch out that I don't get torpedoed in return. That's gonna be unfortunate if I... Oh, never mind, he did fire a torpedo for some reason. Excellent, oh my god, it's still a 2-2. Wow, this is like a close battle now. It's like a real match even. He might actually win this if I don't play well. Of course, it's a Pokeboat. Of course, the 3 ships that are left are Pokeboats. Because, you know, heals. I am firing HE here. for some reason. I don't remember why. I did get a fire though, so I'm happy with it. And I got a full cap. But since you don't gain any experience, it doesn't matter. Oh, they only have one ship left. Thanks for the carry, friend. And I guess we're gonna win now. I don't see him winning unless he can like detonate some of us, but I don't know if it's even possible to detonate these ships. I haven't seen one, at least I don't think I have. At least I haven't noticed one. I do like the gun firing sounds on the ship, but I really like the torpedo firing sound. That one sounds amazing. By the way, who hangs socks up on a fucking ladder? Who does that? Seriously, who does that? Oh well, finally, game over. I kinda like this mode once in a while, but not like spammable, because again, it's like tier 1 ships. I did decently, I think, this match. I was number 2 with a whole 0 experience. 94 hits though. And 1 torpedo hit actually, and a full cap of a base. And I did a good 40k damage too, which is double the HP of the ship. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe, and thanks for watching.